Prostitutes of Reddit, how would you describe your best, your worst, and your average customers? Average customer, someone who pays, follows the rules and treats me the way he wants to be treated. Worst, anybody who ingests drugs, coke, crack, alcohol, etc., and believes I'm their property. I give you a bad time, no matter how much you pay or complain. Best, that elderly, silent man who would come whenever he had saved enough money to afford an hour with me, simply wanting to sway to old music whilst holding each other in our arms. Then he would smile and leave. One day, he shared with me that he used to sway with his wife like this, but that she died some time ago and he missed her too much. After a couple more months, he visited a last time, then I never saw him again. I like to believe that he's with his wife again. I'll never forget him. Okay, come on now. I wasn't planning on crying in this thread. Sniffle. I just wanted to hear some girl talk about how a handsome guy finally got her to orgasm for the first time or something. And then we get this. Zips back up. You shouldn't be sniffling down there. Please see a doctor. I snorted with surprised laughter at this comment. I was just going to say, the worst customers are the ones that think we do this because we enjoy it or that they get discounts because they are attractive. Stuff like I'm hot and I promise to make you orgasm bullcrap. It's so annoying. We don't care how hot you are, we don't want orgasms. We want money, this is our job. I give zero craps about enjoying sex with my clients, it's not why I'm there. Perpetuating this myth that we are just nymphos hoping for hot clients makes people refuse to see us as professionals. The best clients are polite, respectful and come fast. Well damn Anna. Maybe I'll just stay home and jerk off then. 'Cause that's what I always do. So you don't support small businesses? Job creators. Go to my profile. I made a post in r/optimist where I describe my first and only orgasm from oral sex. With a client. Reddit link. Well damn. That was a sexual fairy tale. There was once a hot beautiful woman with high standards who never performed the sex work her colleagues had to do. Then one day an ugly man cursed her by giving her an orgasm with his tongue that she will never stop thinking about. Oh God, you've just given me such a great book idea. So, I just went to your profile and found that comment the slow way. You are wise and sweet, and I hope you heal as much as you want to. I wish you all the best. From what little I read, you deserve much more than what life have given you thus far. This means a lot more than some might think. Thank you. Thank you very much. I came for horny, but I found sad. That's the vast majority of sex work for ya. That's so sweet. Would it be weird if someone just wanted to play video games together? Nope. Happened. He didn't expect me to be a master of taking over outposts, Far Cry, and was totally blown away. Nice dude. I haven't played one of those since the first sequel I think, and was absolutely floored by the fire propagation engine on Savannah Grass. Using a flare gun to start a wildfire that wiped out an entire enemy outpost is my defining memory of that game. They have this at a Vegas brothel where it's called the Girlfriend Experience Movies Video Games Whole 9 yards. Whole 9 yards? You get to play golf with the girl? Have you posted about this before? I feel like I've rezzed this story already. Yes, I think I've mentioned it twice before in comments. I love telling this story and I never tell it well enough. This really illustrates the value that sex workers are able to provide to their community and to the world, which goes far beyond sex. One of the most opinions essays I read was about a sex worker clients with physical disabilities. Their work helps restore their clients' dignity, self-esteem, and sexual joy. Where else in society can people receive this level of healing and help? Especially when mainstream media and culture is rife with ableism and stigma? I can confirm that. We had our fair share of clients with disabilities. There was a time when people asked, "So, what do you do for work?" I responded, "Sexual remedial therapy." That's such a good answer. I'd be entirely on board with a Firefly-style companion occupation. Damn it, where's that free wholesome award when you really need it? Despite seeing the worst in men, I think you're an angel to have kept your humanity and taking care of that elderly man. I know he paid for your services, but I'm willing to bet you were as sweet as anyone can be in such circumstances. I enjoyed every moment of it and not once took his gentleness for granted. He also taught me a great deal about silence and thoughtfulness. That's a really great heat-warming story. As a semi-regular customer of some places, I've always trying to be the best client I can. Sometimes I'm a little lonely, and the best times I've had from a provider is the ones who know how to have a light-hearted conversation during the bath section. We both know why I'm there, but it is nice to be able to relax in a tub, get a bit of a massage and have a causal conversation before getting down business end. I've had times where the total price wasn't stated, and when we talked I didn't have enough money for what I wanted to. We just came to a good compromise and I've always left happy. I also choose this lady's dead customer. Wow. That actually got me in the feels. I, male 29, worked as an escort for 2 years when I was in my earlier 20s. My best client was an older overweight gentleman, I think around 65, who was just enjoying his retirement. We would hang out, he would often take me to dinner, or we'd get drunk watching movies on his TV. He had a very lavish condo in downtown Austin. We actually had a lot in common and had great conversations. The night would always end with him performing fellatio, paying me and seeing me off. I actually really miss him, and I wish I could get back in contact with him, at least just to check if he is still doing all right. He had some health issues last time I'd spoken to him. My average customers were usually a mix between local married straight men needing a monthly release, local overweight men not wanting to deal with the toxicity on Grindr, or horny travelers staying at hotels in the area on business meetings. Things were usually always pleasant. I would always start a new client by getting to know them for about 30 minutes, making small talk and helping them feel more comfortable. They usually reciprocated, and small talk often easily segued into sexual activity. Although most of it was easygoing, there was one experience that I remember as me wanting to get the F out. One guy invited me to his hotel room, and when I showed up he was very drunk. I could barely understand his speech. I attempted my usual and we eventually got to being naked, but he was very pushy and started manhandling me and shoving me around. I told him that I'm not into that, and he said, "Shut the F up, slut, this is what I'm paying you for," and spit on me. I put my clothes on so fast and walked the F out. It might have just been his kink or whatever, but the combination between drunken incoherence and the fact that he was a damn stranger was too much for me at the time. Thanks for listening. A lot of my women friends who escort will straight up pull the ripcord on an appointment if someone is visibly effed up, on alcohol or real drugs. Most of them have a special dispensation for weed. A lot of them say in their ad copy that if you're effed up you can pay the missed appointment fee and reschedule. Seems like bad business, but so is getting your head caved in by someone who's bigger, stronger, and unpredictable. Seems like bad business. Safety is their number one concern. Getting assaulted or even worse would be bad business. These people are doing something illegal, so they don't have the authorities to rely on to make sure people are fully accountable for crimes against sex workers. I'm not a sex worker, but I'd imagine like any business, keeping customers is the ideal situation, and someone that can't control their alcohol/weed/ etc. is more of a liability than a source of profit. On top of their safety, if someone is so blasted that you can tell instantly, then they're so gone that chances of police involvement go up too. Not ideal. Yep. It's mostly drunk rich guys, who can be crafty clients even on a good day. So if they answer the door and you can smell it on their breath, you get the F out. The sad part is that it's mainly only mid to high tier escorts that can get away with it. If you're an outdoor worker, turning down unsafe clients is often a luxury you can't afford. If you want to do your good deed for the week, look for mutual aid funds that give assistance to outdoor sex workers so they can afford essentials to stay alive without having to take super sketchy clients. This is so true. I've worked both sides, first brothel, later international escort, and it's two entirely different worlds. Edit, horribly managed brothel, I must add. Man, you should write some crap about how brothels work. My area doesn't have what you traditionally think of as a brothel. Local PD rolls over 1 or 2 rub and tug massage joints every year, but most of the swears in town are independent. There aren't even pimps who own corners, just a kind of free-for-all red light district for the girls that work the block, and everyone else just uses websites. Interesting you mention that. I actually am. I write novels about my time as escort and prostitute. Some are romantic, erotic. Others come closer to psychological thriller. Where can we but your books / what are the titles? They are online for free on platforms like Wattpad, Inkit, etc. I don't sell them, I just enjoy writing and educating other women to the reality of sex work. The good, the bad and the ugly. I can check for the links later and edit them in. There are plenty of places where escorting is legal. There are places like the UK where it is above board legal and plenty of other places where it's only illegal if you expressly agree to have sex for money, and as long as the escort charges for their time as opposed to a specific act, it's fine. Escorts still operate outside of social acceptability, and therefore social protection, even in most places where it's legal. It's why legalization and reduction of stigma are considered separate, though deeply connected, facets of improving the industry. Is Grindr toxic? I'm a straight male, so I have no idea, but Grindr seems like a very convenient way for men to find willing partners. Not intrinsically, but toxicity from superficial people is certainly there. I'm sure it's the same on Tinder, etc. No need to worry about Tinder matches being toxic if you never match with anyone. That was my impression. Tinder equals a bunch of ignored men and a bunch of women deluged with dick pics. Grindr seems more like everyone is in agreement on what they're after. Go visit our /lol Grindr and you'll see. Reddit link. Haha, this is hilarious. Wow, non-consensual kink is non-starter. Glad you noped the F out of there. Why do overweight men have to face toxicity? One Grindr? Just wondering. I thought there were guys who were into chubby guys, just like there are guys who are into chubby girls and etc. So why did these poor guys have a problem? Surely people didn't make fun of them? Edit, typo. For every gay guy who's into that, there's about 5 or 6 who will cheerfully dump all over you and flatly demand you get in better shape because they feel personally offended by your appearance. Not just really huge guys, either. Anyone who isn't built like a Greek god is a potential target, though it does get worse the bigger you are. Yeah, there is a niche for them for sure, but the niche is usually for more masculine and burly looking men. Bigger guys with softer bodies have a hard time. That's a shame. I had a gay friend who was only into gay men with nice big bellies. I also once had tea with a lovely older gay man who admitted his partner was enormous, and happily added that he had to buy some bread and fizzy drinks for him on the way home. Hoping that everyone can find their niche, everyone deserves to be loved. Good thing I'm straight then and won't have that problem. Wait. Interesting, thanks for sharing. Average people who know what they want, pay and leave on time. Worst fools who waste time, try to take condoms off, think they can get rough or treat you how they like, those who think they're paying for you and not the time they spend with you, the ones who try and extend the time without paying, drunk people or ones who have taken too much coke and can't get it up. Best well-mannered, nice people. Ones who have conversational skills and great stories to tell, ones that aren't just focused on getting themselves off, those that fully immerse themselves in the experience and come back for more. Those that love to just sit and talk and enjoy your company. Disabled clients, I love those guys. After my accident that left me partially paralyzed below the waist, I hired a few escorts. They were all good to me and didn't judge. I just wanted company, to relearn my new body and the way I functioned. They honestly helped me a lot. Username checks out. Lol, ironically I had it before I was paralyzed. That's some voodoo level of foresight you have, sir. That made this whole thread funnier, I love it. From a friend, best, clean, well-mannered, who know exactly what they're coming for and don't try to squeeze extra time for chats. Brings extra gifts and is discreet. Doesn't text unless they want to visit. Are respectful of privacy. Average, married and unhappy. Want to try stuff they couldn't even bring up to their wife. Brings exact amount, never extra. Wants to overchat and text all the time, but not blow you up. Worst, believes they are entitled to literally anything. Will try stuff without asking. Will try to talk you out of protection. Doesn't wash themselves beforehand. Constantly blows up your phone even though they can't visit. Asks personal questions. We'll try to get away with going over time as much as possible. What is extra time for chats? Like, the end if your session has come and they want to make small talk or something? Now you're doing it. Wait, crap. Do I need to buy you gold now? I don't want to be remembered as a bad customer. Wait, crap. Poor choice of words to reply to this particular user's comment, haha. Not original poster but a former sex worker, and that's what it meant for me. It's a job. Don't keep sex workers past their time for free. You wouldn't do that elsewhere and sex work isn't an exception. Don't know about this. I engage consultants fairly often and try and use their time as much as possible because they usually try to overcharge me anyway and persuade me that what they've done is what I paid for, despite not being what I requested. I'd trust a sex worker to keep time correctly more than I'd trust a McKinsey consultant. Cheaper, too. Speaking as a consultant, I swear it's a miracle if a meeting ever ends on time. Usually someone important is running late, so it's just idle chit-chat while you wait. Then we still need the full half hour or hour, so we're all running late for our next meetings. And it doesn't end until you cancel a meeting just so that you can reset your schedule. So you're judged if you don't tip. Got it. Not tipping and paying base rate would be standard. Or average. Going above and beyond would put you in the best category. Because you did something extra you didn't have to out of your appreciation, so of course the original poster would consider that client above average. They just want the tip. What did the leper say to the prostitute? Keep the tip. You'd be judged average, which is rather neutral, isn't it? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.